Well, here we are, and we start from Parliament, where this dawn the scenes degenerated into violence, with members of Parliament exchanging blows as the controversy over the E-Levy left the House unable to take a vote on the issue. The House was compelled to vote on whether or not to consider the E-Levy bill under a certificate of urgency. But the voting process was truncated by violence on the floor, forcing the Speaker to adjourn proceedings. Here is a News Desk report.
It was a free-for-all brawl by members of Parliament, hands at each other's throats, throwing punches like boxers in the ring, and ripping apart each other's shirts. This violent scene is playing out on the Speaker's days as the MPs fight over the Speaker's seat. The night had started with Parliament requiring to vote on whether or not to take the controversial E-Levy under a certificate of urgency. But Speaker Alban Bagbin was nowhere to be found. If he did not return to his chair, then the MPP side will lose one vote, as the first Deputy Speaker, who was presiding, will not have a vote. Here is Deputy Majority Leader Afenyo Marke.
We do not know the whereabouts of Mr. Speaker. It is not for leadership to contact Mr. Speaker. It is for parliamentary service through the clerk to Parliament. The clerk to Parliament and the clerk at table have indicated that they do not know the whereabouts of Mr. Speaker. Have they reached out to him? I'm saying that they say so. That's question of whatever, you may find out from them. But for now, we do not know the whereabouts of Mr. Speaker.
Minority Chief Whip Muntaka Mubarak explains to PM Express that the Speaker may have retired for medical reasons.
Let's not pretend that we in this House do not know that Speaker is going through treatment. And definitely, Speaker gets exhausted and will not be able to sit the whole day.
With Speaker Alban Bagbin absent and the MPP side determined to win the vote to have the E-Levy considered under a certificate of urgency, First Deputy Speaker of Parliament Joe Osowusu was forced to preside, but that meant he could not cast a vote, leaving the MPP side one vote short. Without his vote, there will be a tie, and that will kill the motion. It was at this point that Joe Osowusu made the following declaration that triggered a long period of violence on the floor of Parliament.
Enough members, because we don't have a division room, I'm advised that the agreement is that we'll all file out and then the yes will come and they are counted. After that, the noes will come and they are counted. But let me put on record that as soon as I leave the seat, I'm entitled to vote.
Joe Osowusu then got up for his second Deputy Speaker to take over. Fearing that he may be going out to actually cast his ballot, the NDC MPs charged onto the Speaker's dais to seize his seat so the second Deputy Speaker could not sit down. The MPP side charged back and the two sides clashed. And after a long break, the second Deputy Speaker returned to make the following announcement.
Honourable members, under the circumstances, we are joining the House tomorrow, 9 o'clock in the forenoon.
The showdown over the E-Levy continues later this morning.